Good afternoon, everybody. Happy April 1st. Happy Icepick Awareness Month. That's right, everybody. March is finally over. We made it through, and it's April here, and it's time to make the world aware of some ice picks. That's right, the greatest cocktail known to man, the perfect blend of refreshing and delicious, and also intoxicating. We're going to be making some for you today. I'm going to show you the classic, my personal favorite, the simple and elegant blueberry ice pick. But before we do that, I'm going to make another beverage for you guys, for any of you out there who maybe wants to have a fancier, more refined cocktail. Maybe you don't like tea. Maybe you don't have tea. Maybe you just like to drink whiskey instead. So we're going to make for you a little twist on a Manhattan, first and foremost, and then we're going to dive into the wonderful world of ice picks. So for this Manhattan today, we're going to do a rye Manhattan. I'm going to use this bottle of Old Forester rye that my good friends and neighbors, Brian and Christina, dropped off for me. Shout outs to Brian and Christina. They are great neighbors to have, by the way. Besides being just wonderful human beings, Brian works at a liquor store. So in these trying times, that's a good person to know. So go see Brian out at Kirby Wine and Liquors for all of your booze needs. They'll do that curbside to go for you. Pop the trunk, just bring it right out to you. Pop it in there, close it for you. You can drive off without even touching anybody. So go see Brian. Tell him that Thomas sent you. We're also going to need a little bit of this sweet vermouth. And back to our old friend, the aromatic bitters that we used in the old fashioned the other week. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with our mixing glass here. We're going to take our rye whiskey. This thing measures up to 2 ounces. I know it can hold more. So we're going to go north of 2 ounces of rye. Take it, drop it into our little mixing glass here. Then we're going to take our sweet vermouth and do about a ½ ounce. Little goes a long way with this stuff. Pour that in there. Drop that in there. And then for the bitters, we're going to be very heavy-handed with these bitters because they're so much fun to work with. Go ahead and give 5 or 6 shakes of that. And now for our song, this is going to be our another 20-second hand-washing / whiskey stirring song. I've decided to go with a remix that I've come up with of an old Neil Diamond classic. Hope you guys like my changes that I've done. Hands, washing hands, leaning back. Don't touch me and I won't touch you. Sweet quarantine. Good times never felt this good, have they? So we're gonna take our strainer, go ahead and pour it in here, our glass over our big rock, big ice cube there so it doesn't melt too fast, watering down our booze. And then, in an effort to really kick this drink up to the next level, I think we probably need to smoke a little herb. Rosemary, that is. It's a little rosemary spray I got from my neighbors because Bonnie and Heather, my neighbors, by the way. Shout outs to Bonnie and Heather. Shout outs to the rosemary bush. I wanted to do this because I needed a pick for these cherries, and I don't have a pick or a sword, or the technical term is a stabby thing. I don't have that, and I'm not going to go get it. And why am I not going to go get it? Because we're not going outside for unnecessary stuff. So we're going to take our little sprig of rosemary, take our handy dandy ice pick themed lighter, and light this bad boy on fire. May take a second because it is fresh. Now, don't want to blow it out though. There we go. Put it out, then take it, drop it into your drink, spin it around once or twice. So what we're got now is we're gonna have a very wonderful balanced cocktail. It's gonna be very good on the nose and taste good too. So you can taste it and you can smell it, which is really important these days because that could be, if you can't do that, you may want to speak to a person with better medical training than this unemployed bartender. It's a sign that you may be in a little trouble. So there we have it. A rosemary rye Manhattan. Easy to make as possible. But now, let's get to the thing we've all been waiting 11 months for. It's time to make some ice picks, y'all. So we're going to start with a big old pint glass filled with ice. Very important to do this. Then we've got our vodka that I infused with blueberries last week in another episode of this. We're going to go ahead and take it, pour ourselves a healthy amount of vodka. And then grab my favorite store-bought jug of iced tea. This is an Arizona green tea with the ginseng and honey. Makes for a really refreshing beverage. I mean, most ice picks are going to be very refreshing. This really drives it home though. So just pour that on top. Now, the only other option, really, you can add a lemon if you got it. I don't have a lemon. The only side work I did today was preparing that rosemary sprig, so I didn't want to do too much. But take your drink. You're pretty much made now. I'm going to put it in this fancier cup because I'm going to go on a walk here in a minute, walk around the neighborhood, 10 feet away from everybody. And this is a little bit more socially acceptable for those 10 feet. Those walks around the block 10 feet away from everybody. And there you have it. We've got a delicious Icepick. So, if you found any of this interesting or entertaining, feel free to hit up the Venmo or PayPal thing I put in the video. And other than that, guys, just be good, stay safe, stay home as much as possible, and let's get through this all together, separately, but together. And now it's a time when I'd normally ask for a drink run, but first off, I just drank out of that one, and even under the best circumstances, you can't send that out to a table. Also, I've been working here for 2 weeks, and I think I'm the only employee, which kind of works because there's no guests either, but really got nothing to do over here except, a little side work, so. Ooh, that's good.